At your 11th birthday party, I gave you a Batman Lego set. Is that good enough? Grab your stuff, let's go.
Welcome back. This is part 2 of the Sun Vanished Tweeter story. In the last video, we covered the story when Nat just got in Danyan's car, so without further ado, let's continue. After the last video I tweeted, Danyan and I drove away into the boonies to stay away from where all the activity is in town. He brought camping gear, so we've stayed in a tent out in the woods for the last couple weeks. They set up camp, and TSV documented their journey, noticing a strange star in the sky that disappeared when they tried to take a photo. This suggests that the sun and stars are actually gone, not just covered up. Once they were far enough away from the city lights, they set up camp, and it was peaceful for a while. Daniel and TSV had time to catch up, but conflicts arose between them, as always. Danyan disapproves of me sharing my situation online, thinking it's dangerous. I believe I can reach others in similar situations, but Danyan hasn't been eager to return to reception. We argued for days about what to do next, until a storm rolled in and we saw something, presumably a strobe. After a rising conflict, Danyan goes missing. TSV waits in the same place for days, hoping Danyan will return, but where are you? He doesn't answer texts or calls. Realizing he can't stay, TSV decides to leave to avoid getting caught by a strobe. Meanwhile, Nat and Tucker, introduced earlier, start interacting. Tucker tries to reunite with his family, but it is too late. Nat tries to interview Tucker during this tough time, leading to an argument. However, Tucker eases up after learning Nat's age, and they leave it at that for now. TSV even blamed themselves for treating Daniel poorly, despite being the victim. On the other hand, Tucker and Nat's friendship may represent a healthier dynamic where both parties try to understand each other despite disagreements. I've returned after a long absence, and life without Daniel has been surprisingly manageable. I've learned more about the creatures and their habits, and I'm currently in a relatively safe location. I only have 38 hours of battery left if Danyan doesn't come back with the car. Guys, we have a new problem. I can't see anything, but I can hear someone walking around my tent. Oh god, never mind, now I can see. Less than 2 hours of battery left. I'm powering down my phone for now. Wish me luck. After this tweet on July 17th, Nat disappeared for a long time and came back on October 1st with this tweet. I'm back. It's been a long time, but I'm back. I don't have much time, extremely low battery, but there's a car close by, I can see it. the road and managed to get there somehow and charge the cell phone. After I powered off my phone to save the last little bit of battery juice, some followers of the Twitter account figured out where I was and came to rescue me. They brought me to their shelter and had food and clean water, so I decided to live with them for about 2 months. There's something that I've been avoiding talking about. When Danyon left, he said he would come back, but he never did. He basically left me for dead out there in the woods. I didn't really say anything here, but I was so angry at him. I couldn't believe I trusted him. But when I turned my phone back on, I got a flood of texts from him. You haven't answered any of my calls, so I really don't know if you're going to get this or not. I just wanted to say so. The way treated you, even the few times where my mind was actually clear, wasn't fair to you. I shouldn't have left you there. I was scared and I was confused and I didn't know what else to do. Because of what I know, I got in trouble with some people. They are threatening to kill me if I don't tell them what they want to know. Do you remember when we used to be close? Before moving away and starting our own lives, we were happy. I know it's something everyone says. Those were simpler times, but they really were. LOL, there was so much stuff I never did and never said. But it's too late now. I had my chances to fees up. Again, I'm sorry. I wish I was a better friend to you. I was angry and felt betrayed, but he later sent apologetic texts acknowledging his poor treatment of me and expressing regret for leaving me behind. I remember when we were close, before moving away and starting our own lives. We were happy. I'm sorry if I'm not alive by the time you read this. I wish I was a better friend to you. I wish I had responded to Danyon earlier. Hey, listen to me. You aren't a goner. You are not a goner. I'm gonna come find you, okay? Please tell me you are reading these. I'm going to find him no matter what it takes. He's not going to get away from me that easily. He's still important to me, and I won't leave him alone to face consequences alone. I refuse to abandon him, even though he's created his own chaos. His coordinates are really, really far away, but I have to find him. Even though I'm still upset at him for what he did, I can't leave him in whatever the hell situation he's gotten himself into. I can't move on with that on my conscience. My mind drifted back to the incident I had kept concealed for so long. A month ago, I witnessed one of the aircraft soaring overhead, its familiar drone a solace in the vast desolation. But then a deafening clamour pierced the air, and the aircraft disintegrated into a blazing inferno, plummeting towards the ground. I thought I was succumbing to madness, my perception warped by the isolation. But now, with the evidence in hand, I knew what I saw was reality. That's not one of our aircraft, I thought, my heart racing with trepidation. That's a fighter jet. Nat couldn't shake the weight of it all as she walked, the silence around her amplifying the thoughts in her mind. It hit harder than she expected, the sheer scale of it all, and she felt a deep ache in her chest. She wished she could do something, but all she could do was keep moving forward. It really hit me just how some people have been impacted by all of this. How many friends, how many families. I wish I could do more to help. Heading back, I'm feeling better. I'm gradually making my way to the coordinates Daniel sent, but I can't shake off the feeling of unease. When I'm outside of a cold spot for too long, the paranoia is creeping in. Been slowly but surely making my way towards the coordinates Danyon sent. I get paranoid when I'm outside of a cold spot for too long. A few days later, Nat visit through a cold spot, her steps heavy with the fatigue of her journey. The trees here are starkly different from those she encountered before. She stands up, taking a deep breath as she looks around, an endless stretch of lifeless trees. Everything seemed to be going as planned for TSV until we realized there were severe gaps between tweets. And she had no idea that it had been that long. Wait, what do you mean I've been gone for a month? It's only been a week or so, TSV exclaims. I'm racking my brain trying to piece together what happened, but my memory is a total blank. I'm kicking myself for not being more active on Twitter. I'm racking my brain trying to think that what happened. I wish I tweeted more so I could remember, but you guys are right, it's been a month. TSV discovers old photos from 4 years ago in an album named Remember. These were taken 4 years ago. For some reason, they were in an album called Remember. TSV's story takes a surprising turn, with pictures of the outside showing animals and the sun returning. It seems like a hopeful ending, but then TSV tweets, I know I sound crazy, but it feels okay to stay here. I think here is safe, next to the water, next to the water. However, TSV soon realizes that the water contamination is widespread, affecting not just household taps and pipes, but also lakes and rivers. She receives a dire warning. You need to leave now. You are not safe. This is exactly what the water was designed for. They are going to come for you. I can't believe I'm alive. I'm alive. It took everything out of me. I keep forgetting why I needed to leave, but you all helped me. Thank you, thank you. After a harrowing encounter with a strobe, TSV barely escapes and continues his journey to Daniel's coordinates. Along the way, he passes through a city and shares an update. Anyway, I have some news on my progress. I'm on a highway, the quickest route to get to Daniel's coordinates. Only problem is that this highway takes me through a city. It's risky, but if I take the chance, going through the city will take much less time than trying to go around. What do you guys think? I'm being super cautious, creeping along in the dark to avoid unwanted attention. The unsettling stillness and lack of life are making me nervous. Additionally, I found a mysterious new image in the Remember series. I noticed a new photo in that album. I do not recall taking this. I'm on high alert, wondering if someone is following me. The city isn't as devastated as I expected, so I'm stockpiling food while I can. As predicted, the low fuel warning just went off. I'm now on foot, armed with my flashlight and bat phone. As I head back to I'm met with an unsettling scene. 4 strangers gather near my vehicle, their faces hidden from view. I must resort to stealth refueling and slipping into the driver's seat with utmost quiet, hoping to go unnoticed. Oh god, I just got back where I parked. There are 4 people standing in front of my car with their backs facing towards me. I won't be able to outrun them. I have to go to the car. That's the only way I can escape. Doing my best to quietly approach, fill up the tank, and get in the car. My arm is shattered, and the anguish is unbearable. I'm reeling in shock. How do I even begin to manage this injury? It's been an eternity since I've suffered a broken bone, and that was when I was just a toddler. I'm completely clueless about how to handle this. They broke my arm. This hurts so much, holy shit. How the hell do I treat this? The last time I broke a bone was before I can remember. After improvising a makeshift splint, I'm focusing on getting some much needed rest. I managed to drive out of the city, but I still require more time to recover. Exhaustion and pain are taking a toll on me, and I need to muster all my energy before I can continue my journey to find Daniel. I drove to the outskirts of the city, but I need more time to heal up. I feel so tired and am still in pain. I need as much strength as possible before continuing towards Danyon. I just woke up from a surreal dream where I was back at the cell tower, where I camped out for a week when Daniel disappeared. In the dream, the sun was still up, and it was snowing. Daniel, Tucker, and Nat were all there with me, but it was just their bodies. As I near the coordinates, I'm forced to confront emotions I'd number myself to. I'm unsure if I should expose myself to the vulnerability and potential heartache again. I'm so close to the coordinates now. It's been a long time since I've really thought about it. For the past few months, it's just been a mindless mission, but I don't know if I should put myself in an emotionally vulnerable mindset again. Whatever happens, happen.